along these same lines, the friends that you have, are they making you a better person? And don't answer that question. They're probably sitting around you. No, definitely not. Ask yourself if your friends are an investment on your balance sheet or an expense on your income statement. If your friends are making you a better person, they're an asset. They're an investment. If your friends are not making you a better person, they're a loss. They're an expense. See how thoughts are the same way. You hold on to good friends. You naturally let go of indisciplined or phony friends. But if you don't hold on to those good friends, you get lost by dusara, or negative peer pressure. And I have so many other explanations of how these practices encourage philosophy. Just remember that religion is rehabilitation. What are we trying to rehabilitate? If I go to a physician right now and I tell me how healthy I am, they'll measure my BMI, my body mass index, and it's probably not going to be too good right now. So they're going to say, this is where your BMI is, and this is where your BMI should be. And then they're going to say, eat this and exercise in this way to reconcile that difference. You and I are dependently happy, but our nature is to be independently happy. Religion says, know that you can be independently happy, and here's how you can reach it. It is rehabilitation. It is a lifestyle. It is not an event, it's a movement. Swami Chinmayananda often said, knowing is not doing, doing is doing. I want to donate towards a refugee cause. Is that going to help them? Actually donating is going to help them, correct? I want to put my umbrella over the person who's getting really wet. So, but if you don't do it, they get wet then, right? Doing is doing. So with this in mind, the last 3 thoughts I'm going to share with all of you, and then we'll have time for questions. We began talking about, is happiness a want or a need? So what is it? Please get it right, please get it right, please get it right. What is it? A need. The spiritual person still believes that it is a want. So they philosophize about it, but they don't trust that message. A religious person focuses that this is a need, so they don't just philosophize about it. I don't know if that's a real word either, but they practice it. It means they have to change. It is difficult, but those people are sensitive enough, not emotional, sensitive enough to know that this is the only purpose of anything. I was with a group of people, young people, and I asked people there, why do you come to Balaver? It's our kids program. And one boy, the people who answer so confident. This boy's 10 years old, hand up looking at me to learn how to make money. And I said, you keep coming to Balaver because that's not the reason why you should come here. But why did this boy say this? So I asked him, why do you want to make money? And he kept on going, to buy something, to do this, to do that, to do that. So finally his teacher kind of shifted back and hit him and said, just say happiness. Right? And then I had nothing else to say. All we do and don't do is for happiness. Okay. So how can we make religion a lifestyle? I'm going to give you 3 tactile points. Tactile in the sense that all of us can practice it, and if you can't practice it, you're choosing not to. Number 1, read books on self-development. Read books on self-development. Many times I meet young adults and they tell me I've read the Harry Potter series 22 times. I've read Lord of the Rings 15 times. And I just want to hold them by their face and say, is the story changing? Why are you reading it again? But when you read a book on self-development, as you develop, that book changes. As you change, what you read changes too. And read it at any level you're at. Read the monk who sold his Ferrari. Read The Power of Now. Read Bala Bhagavatam. Wherever you are, you read at that level. Read books on self-development. Number 2. Be a morning person. Now you're all smiling and looking at each other. This is going to be good, but we're not going to do it. Be a morning person. And if you, I'm not going to get into the details of this, but if you want me to, during the question period, I will. What you can do between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. is the same amount that you can do between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. If you become a morning person all the way to 4 a.m., you will have 2 days encapsulated in 1 day. Not enough time to study, not enough time to organize, not enough time to exercise. If you become a morning person, you will have enough time. Many of us, there's not enough time to sleep, right? There is. But it means being a morning person. Now, though my undiluted message is get up at 4 o'clock, I'll dilute it a little bit for all of you, because I'm so compassionate. By 6 o'clock, you should be moving. 6 o'clock doesn't mean the alarm is going off and I hit the snooze button. It means I'm moving at 6 o'clock. AM, okay? I want to be very clear about this. I've heard about these 2 new alarm clocks. One is, the alarm clock is on like little legs. So when it goes off, the legs start moving. So it jumps off your table and you have to catch it to turn it off. So the idea is, if you've moved that much, you may as well just get up and carry on. Another alarm clock I saw, it's made up of puzzle pieces. So when the alarm goes off, it explodes. And you have to put